Okay, nice to meet you, Jean. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. No, I went into the airlines in 1945. That long ago.
Is that right?
And they, how shall I say? I mean, if you were married or engaged, they didn't want you, and I wasn't. So, but a lot of people were turned away, women, if they were engaged, because they figured they're going to get married, they're going to get pregnant, they can't fly. So a lot of people were turned away in those days.
Yeah, and what was it like? Describe what the experience was like.
The biggest planes were 60 passengers.
Yeah. All propeller, obviously.
No.
There were jets in the 40s?
I think they were the beginning of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And how glamorous was it? Was it really as glamorous?
I loved it. I loved it.
I mean, you know, the old movies with the stewardesses and that was like the ultimate job. Is it true?
I mean, and what we had to wear or couldn't wear and all that sort of thing.
And how you had to look.
Yeah.
And you had to be slim. There was no.
Yeah, they had this thing.
You had to look a certain way.
And I had to stretch to be 5'2", because if you were less than 5'2", they didn't want me.
Is that right?
But I was right borderline 5'2", 2.5. Yeah. Because I was afraid they were going to turn me away.
So, how long did you do it for?
Well, let's see. I got a leave of absence to come to Nantucket.
You got a what?
A leave of absence,
okay.
Because Eastern Airlines business was wintertime, so they were glad that I wanted to come here, that I had just started, and then I could go back. I was so happy, because I mean, where could you get a leave of absence and know you're going to go back to the job?
And where was back there? Where
was New York?
New York, yeah. JFK well, JFK didn't exist. LaGuardia.
Yeah. But I lived in New Rochelle because I had an aunt that was there. So I mean, I just loved it.
For how many years did you do it?
Well, maybe a couple years, because once I got engaged, and then I was going to get married. They didn't want me.
They didn't want you.
Oh no, they couldn't have you. They didn't want women.
Did you fly overseas or did you fly?
No, I was really like, let's say, Boston, New York, and Florida.
Oh, in Florida.
And Eastern used to go to Houston. So
now, what was life like as a stewardess? How would you describe it? Were men constantly around? Let me ask you that. You see the movies and you imagine.
Yeah. Well, it's just that I loved it so much, that I couldn't be happier with what I was doing. And you met all kinds of people.
Yeah.
And that was my whole.
Did you meet your husband on the plane?
Actually, I met my husband in Nantucket.
Oh.
He was a Marine, got out of the service. A friend of his said, "How would you like to go away to an island and make lots of money and have lots of fun?" And of course, he said, "Yeah." And that's how he came here. And then, in those days, there were still a lot of guys that were in the service.
That were in the service.
Yeah,
sure, they were just coming out.
And they were coming out. So that was it. But I mean, it was just fantastic. I loved it.
And then, so what were you doing out here?
Well, it was the same. It was to come here, make lots of money, and have lots of fun.
You actually were working too?
Oh,
what were you doing when you weren't being a stewardess?
Oh, well, when I worked at the what is now called Point Breeze.
Yeah.
It was the Gordon Folger. And
I remember it.
And of course, the woman who was in charge had said, "Anybody here had any experience waiting on tables?" And I put my hand up. So she, "Well, you got the front of the dining room. You got the Folger family," which didn't bother me. And from there, Mr. Folger had wanted me to go to his hotel in Florida, which I did not.
I didn't realize they had more than one.
Oh, he had something in something Ray.
Oh, Delray.
Delray.
Yes.
And because he liked my capabilities, he wanted me to go there, and I said, no, so I had other plans.
So,
But I mean,
so you decided to stay and
Yeah.
have kids and
well, I
do the whole-
wasn't even married then. I mean, I didn't even know my husband.
Oh, okay, that's right. But you probably, he came into the hotel probably, and that's where you met him.
Actually, he got out of the Marines, and he and a friend went to work at, what is the street across from there, where there was a hotel there, and he went to work like a lot of the guys. What? Yes, that's right.
Oh,
So, you know, we girls got to meet guys that were coming back from the service, and that's how it
all
happened.
happened.
Yeah.
And did you stay your whole life, pretty much? Did you move away?
No, I went, actually, I lived on the mainland. The fellow that I married, he was still going to college at BU. So we ended up back in that neck of the woods. And I grew up outside of Boston in Framingham.
Okay, yep.
I grew up in North Attleboro, not
Oh,
that far
wow.
away. Yeah.
And you
So
guys didn't know each other?
No, imagine that.
You come to Nantucket, you meet a lot of people. But anyway, that's how
Happened in your
That's how it
backyard.
that's how it all happened.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
Nice to talk to you.
Yes.
Reminisce for my sake.